Welcome, everybody. Hello, 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 everyone. Another beautiful day wherever you are. Oh, just putting something together here that I just did one unit and I figure I'll bust out a video for a second unit. So what I'm dealing with is MagSafe Apple brand. MagSafe plugs, okay? They're a little bit expensive for my taste. So, but to work on Apple products, as I'd like to start doing in January, if hope, say like a laptop a week and see how it goes, or just some type of electronics repair. We'll see. Basically, got to have the MagSafe plugs. Well, there's two types. There's Type T and a Type L, and basically, I already did my Type T, and this is the T right here. And is what I found online is they sell them. It actually comes like this. It's a USB-C plug. Now C is an oddball one for me. Don't know about you guys. It's got 24 pins. 12 top, 12 on the bottom inside there. They're tiny. It's meant for a whole bunch of different voltages and a bunch of high-speed data and everything. So it gets pretty complicated, but it was like $11. It was $12 actually delivered to get it with the USB-C, so I chopped that off, and then I just added my USB 2.0 or A type. I'll show you the types as they are shown here, and basically figured out the pins I needed and wired it up. So I don't have one to test this T unit on. Here again is the T type. There's 5 pins. I made the pins don't come red. They're not red usually. I put the red on them just to here. They actually come like this. This is the T right here. T. See, it looks like a T, or that way. T. Okay. This is the L. So T is the one that I already put together. I just slapped an old USB Type A plug on the end, and this has 5 pins down inside, or 4. I'm sorry. You got the outside case, and then you have 4 pins down inside. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ground on the outside to the left, as you can see right there. All the way to the right is your positive 5 volts. So, fused it, and then heat shranked it and everything else. And I got another one set up to do the L type right here. And I wanted to, here's the USB that I'm going to put on it. But I wanted to do that one live for you guys to, I don't know, just do something. Something to do, right? Why not? So, get at it. So get this wrapped up. So pretty much I could have gotten one whole power pack plug that came with one of these with the whole switching power supply box through Apple. Actually, it's questionable if it was through Apple, but it would have been like $24. Instead, I got both for $24. But again, just a little bit of work involved. So, got my slaughtering unit right here. Got my US TS100. This thing is sweet. I absolutely love this thing. I have loved it. I got a couple different tips for it, but yeah, it works real nice. These MagSafe plugs, that's what they're called. They're by Apple. Apple's the only brand I know that uses them. They're called MagSafe. And that's the layout. You got your two outer pins. There's 5 pins all together. They're all the same size, but for aesthetics here and to make sense, I'll get the one that's labeled up so you guys can make sense of it. See it right there. 5 pins. Again, this is the T one. T. Get that so you see it. And the outside pins, the 2 outside pins, the green ones are grounded pins. Then the second one's in from that. There's two 5-volt. They don't make 10-volt. They're 5 volts each. It's just putting it through 2 pins so you can get more amperage. Same thing. They're both exactly the same, but that's how they lay out. 5-volt. And that's DC. And again, that's 5 volts what's coming out of your USB ports. Now this is the other what we're dealing with. I kind of want to break this down for you quick. Actually, let's get soldering. It's getting boring. I can leave this here so you guys can see it. Again, this is a Type-C plug right here. I'll show you everything at the end. Show you all of them together so you know the difference. But I got to get something going, rolling. Got to get this on the move. So get this here so anyone needs it, they can still reference that. Try to make it nice and very clear. Okay, I got my heat shrunk on these. I got a bunch that I'm going to overlap it with. I chose this cable. I didn't want it any longer. It would have just been a nuisance for me. I got each one of these individually heat shrink, or the heat shrink's ready to go. I just got to slide it over after I slaughter them together. And then slide this one on and heat it and go from there. Now, the only questionable thing that I got going, like I said, I couldn't test the other unit. I actually have an Apple here to be able to test this one out. Again, that's the reason why I wanted to do it live, we'll say. The only questionable thing is when you unwrap this, there is 3 wires now. There's the outside shielding. Actually, there's 5 altogether, which this shows too. It shows your 4th and your 5th one. Again, that's a square guy. Your 5th one is your outside shielding. So I have that here as this one, and I have a green wire and a red wire. Green is my ground, red is my 5 volts. I was thinking for stability, I was going to try to get away with grounding, putting the ground and the black wire together. The shielding ground, which would be, we could call it almost chassis ground. Putting them two together. Just to make sure it's, see how light these are? They're pretty, a little bit frail compared to these. These are 2 heavy wires. These are the only 2 wires in these now. It's just these 2 heavy ones. So, oh man, do I want... Well, let's get these ready. Get some sauce on them. A little flux today. Get them fluxed up. Again, make sure you put your sleeves on before you do the soldering, because it sucks not having to undo it and redo it because you forgot to put the sleeves on. I think I'm going to try it with the shielding. Soldering the shielding to the black wire to the ground and then putting it right to this one. So I'll do that first. And how's that? If I can hold it up on there. I think it'll work just the way it's bent. It's almost just bent perfect for me. If it wasn't, I was going to grab my little clamp hands, or whatever they call them, little clampies, on a little stand thing. Alright. Yeah, I'll try to do the big one. And then tie the little one to it. Right there, so they're all... you know what? No, I'm not gonna, because I got the sleeve on here for the black one. I will do that separate. A lot of thought went into it, as you can tell. Try to do this where you guys can see it. I just don't want to get too close to my shrink tube, because otherwise it's just going to shrink it, because it heats it up because I'm too close. And when I do that, you can't slide it back over to actually sleeve it, and it sucks. And I'm well versed at that. I've done that many of times. Okay. It stays right there. Oh, it did. It did beautiful. Trying to leave it on there just a little bit so that I get heat all the way through and get a nice connection. It looks like it turned out good. Get Mr. Tweezy's in here. Before I forget to say it, I thank you very much for stopping by, checking out Randy's Den on another beautiful day of the week. That is Tuesday. Wow, I can't hardly see it. There it is. There's our sleeve. Beautiful. Got my heat right here. I'll let that heat up over my lap. I wonder if I should try for the red one right now. What the? Yeah, it's a little bit tedious, but that's again too, saving the money is nice. What am I why is it so long? Oh, that's right, because that's the way this is. Yeah, I'm gonna do this right now, heat it up while I can hopefully get at it good. It's hard to see everything and keep everything way too hot. That's why I'm keeping my temperature off. Or keeping the heat gun off of it a little bit. I'm not right up on it. That's probably all it's gonna shrink. Yeah, normally I'm at 400, 410 I think it was. That's too hot to be doing that, but I was just doing it to get it shot quick. I usually use like 300, 250 even. Just want that out of the way. And I just want to be able to get this on here. It's really stiff. This on my right side is super stiff stuff. Hard to move. Yeah, right there. I need to hold it right there. Oh, right there. Get it fluxed. It's already fluxed from before. Did it walk or did it get it? Oh, I think I got it. Might have moved over the top and started coming to me a little bit. I'll have to see what it looks like. Oh no, it got it good. Got a little barb on the end, but I got a bunch of these already on here. I'll try to get it just off the end so it's not, if it bends, it's not so sharp and pointing out. That little barb. Okay. I'm gonna just slide this one up. There, that one's totally going to be separate from the other one. And then I'll give it a try. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if I heat that one. If I undo it to do the grounded or the chassis ground with it, it's not going to deal with the 5-volt line or the red wire anyway. Yeah, too hot. That's why I'm staying back. This is just cheap heat shrink tubing that I got, but it works good. But once it stops shrinking, it's done. It don't matter. I could melt it right down to nothing. It ain't going anymore, and it's about there right now. But all I need is it to really stay where it's at. Okay, got my 5 volts here. So that's my USB. Get this untied. Get it plugged in. Get the Apple over here and give it a try. I'm going to pull the laptop. Once I get this unhooked, I just want to be delicate with my connection there. And I hope this will make someone else's, help somebody else out that ever needs one of these plugs or that. And the reason, actually the total reason, I should have said that before, the absolute final reasoning to why I need the USB on this end is because I'm going to be hooking up my, it's an amp and voltmeter on the end. I have it somewhere here hooked up. Yeah, this guy. That's going to be plugged in, so that's the real reason. Otherwise, you can't plug it in. If you got, I'll show you, my buddy just dropped one off so I can actually show you guys. This is the T type. Get this back here. And as you can see, here's the power unit. Here's the plugs in the wall. Now, there's no way to monitor what your voltage is or your amperage draw is, especially if you're wanting to work on or repair any Apples. And I'm long enough that I can use all the help that I can get working on them. So I might as well take advantage of it. Let me pull in, I'll show you I got it on the computer here, the USB connection. I see, reason I'm putting this up is I seen Electronics Repair School. That's another guy that's online. Real good guy, I like him. Soren, I believe is his name. He does, he's got a real nice little YouTube channel going. I'd recommend checking him out. He just did a video the other day, actually, on USB-C, and he was having trouble finding the actual layout on the computer for it. So that's why I did find it, and I'll just pull the laptop right over for you guys to see it. This isn't an Apple now, this is a Dell. This is, see, there's no way I'd be able to draw that out. So pretty much I'll just do it this way and let you guys see it. Figure that's a little bit easier. And then I'll go get this all set up because I'll have to unplug and plug back. And man, is that zoomed? This thing's, yeah. And see that, I mean, it's so, now these are, I found a little bit of discrepancies on the, on these online, on the different USB 2.0. Some of them are calling this the 2.0. This is what I seem to be the most prevalent though on checking them out. They seem to have, some of them had different, it was really weird. And then look here, USB Type-C cable. Oh, I want to make sure you can see it. Also, oh, you damn thing, come on. Also known, it's also known as some genuine USB cables, Huawei HL1289, LG, Sony cable, and some others. So I have no idea what they're talking about there, but whatever. It perfectly fit as long as I put the magnifier on. So I can leave that there. I get the app hole. Get this plugged in. So I need this guy here. I hope this works. The big reveal. And if it does, I could probably put the wires together already, but I'll make sure it works, I guess. Alright, now I'll get the Apple in here. Done with this. And here are the plugs, as these are. So it's 1, 2, and the third, the USB-C, these two are the same. These are both USB-C. These are the cutoffs. And there's 12 pins on the top, 12 pins on the bottom. And it's rounded, where the USB Micro B is actually like a oval. If you look, it's like domed. And it has the pins. The pins are tiny up inside it. Actually, this one right here is the same. These two are USB Bs. If you look at them, so it's like that. Whoops. Yeah, hello. Yeah, good thing you guys could see all that. It looks like this. So that's the right way here. So as this thing's laid out, it looks like this. And I'll bring these up close for you to see them. These are two Bs right here. USB 2.0A. This is always the one that plugs in your computer. This one has 5 pins that go along the top here. If you tilt it this way, you can see it. If they actually have teeth, if you look real close right here where my finger's pointing, if I get the paper behind it and then get it to zoom, see the teeth on it? Oh, damn thing. Let me get something to point at it. Now, if you have something, if you have one of these, if it's cheaper or whatever, and it pulls out really hard, like scary hard, I've had this happen before, you're going to want to file down these teeth. Yeah, see them sticking out right there, right here, and right here. Just take and file down that a little bit. These are actually a little bit springy. They're spring loaded. I've done it before, actually on my vapor things. One of them was always really tight with a certain plug, and I filed it down. I'd rather have the plug pull out and come apart than have the darn thing ripping on it every time. So that's my theory. That's what, actually, this is Apple. I don't like a lot of their business practices and that, and I'm not a big fan of their products, really. They're overpriced for me, but that's an excellent idea here. The MagSafe with the T and the L, and to have it magnetic, so it'll, if you forget and it's plugged in, you stand up and walk away, it'll pull right out instead of rip right out because it ain't locked in. That's a really someone was on the ball when they come up with that. That is an excellent idea. Now, here is the Apple in question. This is one I will be working on. Here, get this stuff out of the way. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, and I want to get it so you guys can see the whole thing. I got that there. So here's what we got. You can see I'm plugged in. Come on, you freaking thing. I gotta work a miracle just to... I guess it doesn't zoom. Oh, this could be bad news going handheld. So anyways, here, this is plugged in. This is my cord that I just attached. And again, this is the MagSafe, the L type. So we'll plug it in and see what happens. And as you can see, get off. On the Apple here, plugs into this guy. Right on the end here. Yep, that one. And it sticks magnetically. I'll snap it together here so you can see it.